Fire, 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 fire.
Total chud win. Massive Steven Universe voice actor controversy. Uh-oh, Steven Universe fans in shambles. Uh-oh.
The Steven Universe fandom is in shambles. And the first thing I was thinking when I read this news, and I'll tell you all the details in a moment. But the first thing I was thinking is, I didn't even realize that there still was a Steven Universe fandom, to be quite frank. Like, I never got into the show.
Yeah, didn't the show, like, stop, like, ages ago?
Oh, but I do remember years ago hearing about how terrible this fandom was. Like, one of the most infamous examples of online harassment in a fandom did come from the Steven Universe fandom, where a lot—
Wait, when did Steven Universe come out? Steven Universe, first release 2013. It's been 13 years. Yeah, you know what? This makes sense. All the people that grew up watching it are now probably, like, in their 20s. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's why they're being such fucking crybaby bitch babies.
Large parts of the fandom on Tumblr harassed an artist into nearly taking their own life because they were so offended that the artist drew the character Rose Quartz thinner than she is in canon. These performative—
You didn't draw him fat enough. You didn't draw the character fat enough, so now I gotta bully you and tell you to freaking off yourself. What the actual fuck is going on? How mentally deranged do you have to be to fucking do that?
Couch activist weirdos were seething, calling it fat-phobic. There's other examples of toxicity in this fandom, and toxicity—
This is why we're at the point where doctors, unironically in some places, get told not to call patients fat. Even if they're, like, objectively morbidly obese, they will say that it's inappropriate to call a patient fat because it might make them feel bad.
Seems like it's putting it lightly, given what went on, but for example, when part of the fandom was harassing a storyboard artist because they were upset about shipping or something.
What?
Keep in mind, this was back during, like, the height of terminally online shipping discourse. And as I've always said, it's one thing to ship characters and have fun with it, go ahead. But some people start taking shipping way too seriously. They literally start, like, harassing people over ships. All of that is obviously very cringe behavior, to say the least. And it actually still gets worse, because another situation had involved a terminally ill child who wanted to watch some episodes of Steven Universe.
No, you did not bully the kid with cancer for getting to see ahead of time. They're going to die. Terminally means they are... You're a child and you know you're going to pass away at a certain point. How can you be part of the fandom and, like, be like, yep, that was justified? You're actually mentally deranged. You need to be locked up in an asylum.
Early, which is tragic to think about, that a child would even have to think about not having time left, that they'd have to face their own mortality. And allegedly, this child did get that wish granted. They saw some episodes early and then posted some info about it online.
Probably it's in approval of the person that made the show or was, like, actively making the script. Oh my god, I wouldn't even bat an eye. I'd be like, oh, that's so sad. He's gonna die or she's gonna die. Oh, that's... What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Which resulted in a big Steven Universe YouTuber mocking the child and her—
Oh my god, people actually farmed this kid. How horrible is that to think about?
Harassing the child online. So that's some very brief context into some of the main controversies in this fandom. This, of course, is not like a formal—
God, this hits even harder now that I have a family member with cancer, and thankfully it's not fucking terminal. Thank God. But you know what I'm saying? It's just so fucking insane how heartless and almost demonic you have to be in the mindset to care so much about your stupid fucking cartoon that you probably won't care about in, like, 10 years at all, to shit all over some kid who's dead now. That child is dead. You fucking shit all over them. This is why, like, this is why I keep saying, man, they wouldn't care if you fucking died and exploded in a car crash just because you disagree with them or did something they didn't like. Actually fucking nasty.
Reporting video. It's just some recollections.
Oh
This is
my
to say,
lord,
consider
man.
looking into
Actual
any of that
scum.
on your own for more details, for more information. But yeah, I thought the show was done. I thought all these controversies kind of made the fandom fall apart and it faded away because I haven't
And
really
I thought they stopped making the show. Like, why are we still like breathing life into this shit? I'm gonna be real. I don't think it's like on the level of something timeless as Lord of the Rings or even Harry Potter. Like, yeah, like didn't it end like a while ago? Like, it's not fucking the second coming of Christ type of fucking movie, man, or show.
heard much about any of this in a long time.
They can't
but
go
I guess
to
there were parts of the
childhoods.
fandom.
Well, I get that because like Disney's still around and stuff, but like those things are actually like good stories and good characters and timeless music. Like I don't fucking know anything about Steven Universe, and even in passing, other than that it's a kid and some diamonds and gems and shit.
That still did remain after all, and that takes us to today's news. And by the way, if you like the show and you're a reasonable person, you're not one of these crazy couch activist types, then you know, obviously none of this stuff is applying to you. But like I said, let's get to the news now. Let's see what's going on today. As we have ToonHive reporting Steven Universe fans are speculating that
Not confirmed, speculating.
Magno Hall, the voice of Pearl, may support MAGA after noticing she follows Charlie Kirk and several MAGA-affiliated accounts on Instagram, the tweet getting over 5.3 million views on Twitter. They have a little compilation here, but there's another tweet that we'll take a look at that compiles things a bit more detailed.
What the fuck? People actually watch this shit on Instagram too?
Which is this one from...
Let me read this one. The DD Magno Hall situation is so weird because what do you mean you're most famous for voicing the craziest lesbian in animation history, but you're a Charlie Kirk fan? Genuinely bizarre what is going on in her brain. I could ask you the same thing. Why the fuck do you fucking care that much? Bro, she voiced a character in the show. She didn't write the show. She didn't invent like the concept of, you know, the gems and diamonds and shit. She showed up, did the lines, didn't insert her political messaging at all. If anything, that's actually a testament to her as a voice actor for not changing the script. She's just fucking doing her job. And then she went home and quietly, like, fucking minded her own business.
Which is...
Isn't that what, like, people should be doing? Like, you just do your job and you mind your own business? Yeah, I feel like that's pretty cool. That's how it should be.
This one from
I must be nuts.
Reviews reads... DD Magno Hall, the voice actress of Pearl from Steven Universe, got outed as a right-winger and Charlie Kirk fan, and Steven Universe fans are not handling it well at all.
Oh my god, look at all these fucking posts.
Look at
this collage.
Larger compilation as
Holy
mentioned.
Shit.
So we'll take a look at their complaints. Let's talk about this really quick, because it's especially funny when you pause and really unpack this, because most people in fandoms in general tend to be apolitical, or are closer to apolitical than they are having a hardline stance to the left or the right. And people
No, you have to have a stance, otherwise we're gonna beat it into you.
Routinely have to see obnoxious, virtue-signaling, leftist corpos and other industry types like English voice actors constantly standing on moral soapboxes preaching down to others. And it's like, dude, we know why they do this. It's because the Western entertainment industry is filled with some of the most fake and corrupt people out there. Like, if you don't share the exact same hive mind in politics with...
She didn't even, like, speak out, like, on criticizing her own character or the show. Like, I would understand at least, like, being like, why the fuck did you take the job if you don't agree with, like, I don't know, being a lesbian character or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I'm not, like, into Steven Universe. I don't know the lore, but let's just say, like, oh... You know, I took the job because, like, I don't actually truly care, and I just voice, like, a lesbian character. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, she just followed people on Instagram. She never posted about it, I would assume. Nobody really fucking cares.
Those people, it's significantly more difficult to get work, and for some it's even just impossible. So you constantly see English VAs virtue signaling just so they can try and show the union SAG-AFTRA and their corpo buddies that they're one of them too. They're just like them.
Then you shift goalposts whenever it fucking sees fit, whenever it deems suitable for you, so that they can keep people on their toes and make them uncomfortable. Again, I feel like Steven Universe on a surface level is supposed to be like, you know, love is love and accept people for who they are. Don't judge people on the surface or whatever the fuck. And then isn't it ironic? Like the VA for one of the characters turns out to possibly maybe have different politics. So now we have to like burn her like a witch at the stake, right? Like burn her to hell and back. For being a piece of shit. Saggy Afra? Yeah, I don't know what the fucking thing is called, but yeah, Zach Afra.
Very performative, very fake, and very corrupt. It's an industry filled with nepotism and cronyism. People. And my point is, everyone in fandoms is very used to seeing stuff like this go down and having leftist politics pushed onto us by these authoritative figures in the space, which makes it funny how much leftists freak out when they find the extremely rare, vocally non-left-wing person in the industry. Like, oh no, there's actually a handful of people in the industry who don't fit the exact same hive mind as the rest. How awful. As if 99% of
you have to obey or you will lose your job.
Time, these people aren't forcing their politics onto everyone else. All right, let's have some fun and take a look at this compilation now, starting at...
My day has been ruined. Bro, if I found out my favorite character in a video game was voiced by a lesbian, I don't think I would fucking care. I'd be like, okay, well, you know, if she's a nice person, I don't fucking care.
The top, we've got, it's still messing me up that DD Magno Hall is MAGA. DD Magno Hall, Pearl from Steven Universe's VA, is MAGA. My whole day has been ruined.
How does it affect your fucking day? My day gets affected when YouTube falsely fucking strikes one of my videos and says, you know, whatever, like AI moderation. That's my day ruined. But this person is like, my video game character is voiced by a voice actor that might have different political opinions than me. Shadowheart is voiced by a lesbian, no one cares? Exactly, like, I didn't fucking care when I found out she married to some chick. Like, I don't fucking care, you're gay, you fucking kiss girls, I don't care!
The DD Magno Hall situation is so weird. Because what do you mean you're most famous for voicing the craziest lesbian in animation history, but you're a Charlie Kirk fan? Genuinely bizarre. What is going on in her brain? Interested to know.
And by the way, followed Charlie Kirk. Followed. I followed people. I've had people in my community, and I don't want to even say community. It's just people that are fucking schizophrenics. They've contacted my mods and told me that someone I follow follows someone, not that I follow someone. They were trying to follow police me. Yeah, like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
If she will be involved in Lars of the Stars. Lars of the Stars. What kind of name is that? Is that supposed to be like a spin-off show or something from Steven Universe? Guys, I can't wait to watch the new Lars of the Stars.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay, bro. Excuse me. Now I feel a little bit bad. Look, okay, again, if you're not a crazy person and you're like, you know, you just like these shows, fine, fair enough. But it's a funny name, all right? Let's continue. Because, well, she voices all the Pearls. Will they recast her? It's kind of strange to think of someone else voicing the Pearls, though. What do you mean the VA for Pearl from Steven Universe is MAGA? Woman, did you watch the
I don't even care what her actual politics are. She could be full MAGA. She could just be a Christian lady who follows, like, a couple of accounts. She could be completely normal and just likes the podcast. It doesn't matter. The reaction to this is like actual comedy gold. People out here like treating voice acting like it's a sacred blood oath and you have to cut your hand open and be like, I need to follow the ideology of that character and you voiced a lesbian, therefore you must be lesbian in real life or you're a fraud or you're a piece of shit. Like, what the what? That's not how any of this works, man!
Show you gave your voice for 7 years?
I'm sure there's plenty of straight men that wrote for gay characters in a show or a video game and nobody batted an eye because who cares? It's probably a believable fucking character. You don't have to be gay to write a gay character.
She's Zionist too. What? How? Fucking how? The palpable rage. Y'all, DD Magno Hall is MAGA. I'm so disappointed in her. I feel betrayed by DD. Holy parasocial behavior. Honestly, and I feel like this would be a big slap in the face to her people because she's Filipino, by the way.
As someone who was around a lot of Filipinos growing up, especially towards like the latter half of like high school, last I checked, Filipinos are pretty Christian. Aren't they like Catholic or something? Yeah, like I've met their families before and like they have crosses and shit in their house because I actually visit them. I'm not some fucking LARPer reader. Filipino boys, no, Filipino girls, but like, yeah, they're Orthodox, like Catholics. What are we talking about? What?
What is this? It's a screenshot of that tweet from like the Toon thing or whatever from the beginning. Discussions. Oh no, I think it's just like an AI summary. Discussions surrounding Dee Magno Hall, best known as the voice of Pearl in Steven Universe, and right-wing or MAGA politics, stem from her social media activity.
Oh, is it because Filipino means immigrant? Oh, are you implying that they're maybe illegal or some shit? What a fucking weird thing to imply. Like, I'm a legal immigrant. Is that what you're implying? You're implying that all migrants are people that weren't like born here, like they're supposed to be like anti-Trump and shit? It's kind of racist. Yeah, it is fucking racist. These people, man. When I break it down, it actually sounds even more fucked up than I first thought.
Fans noticed that she follows right-wing political accounts including Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA, sparking significant online debate across, and the rest gets cut off in a screenshot. Then there's that Toon account again talking about the speculations.
This better
Person says
be a
this better
joke.
be a joke. Another one saying, "What do you mean Dee Magno Hall is a MAGA weirdo? Pearl, my beloved, how could you?" And
I know, actors play roles. Sometimes they play characters that are nothing like them. That's the job. Who's that guy who's like a pretty mega Christian and was like, "I'm praying for you" on Twitter and shit? What was his name? He's a famous actor. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? And he's played all sorts of characters. He doesn't give a fuck. He probably is like a hardcore. Yeah, Chris Pratt. He's a pretty hardcore Christian, like goes to church type of shit. And he's played all sorts of characters, like hedonistic ones, or probably ones that weren't like, you know, following Christian values. He's just taking on a fucking job.
this one that says, "Is there concrete evidence that Dee Magno Hall is a conservative
Who
other
gives
than
a
her
fuck?
religious content? Maybe unpopular opinion, but I think it's very not woke to automatically assume Christian equals MAGA. I'm an atheist, so I don't follow faiths, but you know what they say about
it's very not woke to automatically assume Christian equals MAGA. Yeah. Honestly, that is kind of fucking attribute an entire political movement to like, oh, you have to be Christian or you don't have to be Christian. But if you're like a leftist, you have to be an agnostic or an atheist.
assuming." Response reading, "From what I've seen, she followed Charlie Kirk on Insta plus other MAGA accounts. And there is a post from a few years back showcasing her liking Mark Hamill's America Stands with Israel tweet. And then this one with the broken heart spam saying Dee Magno Hall follows Charlie Kirk on Twitter.
This
Call
looks like
that MAGA
Tumblr.
light."
Yeah, but
this
it's
one is especially funny.
But this fucking sad part is this is just Twitter. Yeah, I think this is either Twitter or Blue Sky, but I think this is Twitter. Yeah.
MAGA light. This one is especially funny because they started blocking people in the quotes. So the tweet says, "Dee Magno Hall, the voice of the lesbian Pearl from the woker cartoon Steven Universe's MAGA. There were 2 MAGA demons on the cast of Steven Universe.
Oh my god.
Dog.
MAGA
demon.
demons.
Wow, that's mature." Which actually this person points out too. Is this person got blocked for this tweet. Says, "Imagine being a grown adult who is this disappointed over a children's cartoon, over a voice actor even. Pathetic." And the reason I say it looks like they got blocked is because if I like refresh this, I don't think the tweet will pop up. Yeah, you can see. So this is pretty much what always seems to happen on Twitter, to my understanding. If someone blocks someone else, like the quote tweet
Yes,
starts
it breaks. Yeah, you have to go to the original and then find it.
saying
Yeah.
it's unavailable like this.
Yeah.
Another person posting some satire in response saying, "Lol, you chuds getting all mad over a little bit of diverse representation in the Odyssey. Pearl was voiced by who? Who supports..."
And you know, it's funny when I think about it because there was that voice that's the Ghost of Tsushima, the sequel, the girl that was like the front woman that like the character, the main character, whatever her name was. She was really outspoken about like how chuds shouldn't be playing her game, and if you don't like it, you should go fuck yourself. Yeah, Erika Ishii. I don't see DD Magno Hall being like nasty to quote unquote gay people or like the gay community or the woke community and saying nasty shit about them. She just did her job. You know, like that's just how it should be. Like again, I don't care that Erika Ishii was like, you know, fucking playing a character. I don't think it was like ideal, but I don't think it helped her that she was being fucking nasty to like her own quote unquote video game community or people like trying to buy her game. Well, that she was starring in anyway.
What? They got a response that reads, "Look, I was a longtime fan, and I'll be the first to say the writing got worse as time went on, and this fandom can be horrible at times. However,
suck ass at times is very generous.
I'm curious as to why she of all people signed on to the show with all it entailed. It'd be like an illegal Hispanic man supporting Trump."
Oh my god, no, if I speak, no, stop
Response
it.
says, "Because it's a paying gig. I wouldn't have any issue."
No, I can't. No.
To drawing a far left progressive comic if the pay was good enough. It's a job. This response is crazy. First, the context. This person says in response to Two Knife posting that news we've been seeing, an image, a screenshot of another tweet that says, "Always funny when leftists go, quote, art is left wing, unquote." Like they are not.
Art isn't left wing. Art is for everybody. Anybody can fucking do art, you stupid piece of shit. Not you, but like, I hate it when people do that. The art is political. Okay, then, working blue collar is only for right-wing people, and if you're left-wing, you can't be a blue collar. Do you see how that fucking sounds? It's a job. Oh my god, it's when you start making it political. Like, imagine a blue-collar workers just talking about, like, fucking communism or something at work when everybody's trying to do their job. Art is for everybody. Writing is for everybody. It's for every single person on the fucking planet if they can fucking pick up a pen and pencil.
Constantly double-checking and breathing down the necks of every artist, musician, and actor to make sure they're not right-wing, and making sure they lose everything they have if they are right-wing.
Yeah.
To which this user responded saying, "Leftists said they were shocked at me being right-wing because I had a
queer art style." Queer art style is crazy. I would have to see. I don't know. Like, what is a queer art style? Explain that
quote,
one to me.
queer
I'm so
art style,
I'm so lost. I'm gonna
oh
look it up.
brother. Look at this response from Kukurio.
Queer
Says,
art style?
"I'm more in the center, but I get a considerable amount of
What the dude? This person's art looks fine. I mean, not that like quote unquote queer people don't have fine art, but like, what does that even mean? I'm gonna show you guys just for reference. It's clean. They're just drawing like stuff. So they drew this as a reference with a black elf. I guess these are like little friggin' fish ears and a white elf dude. What does that even mean? What? I'm so lost. Is that supposed to be queer?
leftist wokies going, quote, "It's a pity they're far right," unquote, because the drawings are good and funny. Like, Karen,
What?
you can consume and enjoy them. You don't need to publicly pretend you can't.
Looks like nice
Check
art
this one
to
out,
me.
too. This sounds crazy. I still remember the absolute outrage that artists that I followed on IG, not anymore, had when they found out you were right-wing. It was absolute madness, like you had committed some form of blasphemy. OP saying, "You would have thought that I had legit eliminated someone from their reaction." So ultimately, it sounds like all of this Steven Universe stuff is because of people follow policing via DD Magno Hall over on Instagram, and considering how toxic parts of that fandom have been for years, as mentioned way earlier in the video, I suppose it's a bit surprising it took him this long to find out, because he certainly seemed like the type of people that, you know, would be follow policing
that's
years
true.
ago. Maybe
I guess because they didn't look, because she she played such a convincing role, they probably never looked. Yeah, she just did her job so well. And honestly, W to her for like just doing her job and just not fucking not caring, probably. Being like, you know, it's just a job. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. I'm gonna do the lines well and everybody likes it. Yeah, I think she just fell under the radar. Yeah. Art can be political. Yeah, but what about art style? I understand art can be political. I'm not arguing that, but like art style, to have a gay style. What do we have? A straight style, a trans style, a fucking gay style? That's not a thing. Yeah, like imagine if she's not a lesbian. If you're not a lesbian, you can't voice act this character. I just find it funny every time. Like the more a community screams about tolerance and like acceptance, the faster they turn into this like never endless like purity testing committee or council. And then the second someone might not vote the same way, they just fucking explode. Oh my god, no!
DD Magno Hall followed these accounts recently. I don't know. Who knows what the specifics are.
Yeah, if you draw straight lines as a gay artist, you're out.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great rest of your weekend and a wonderful week ahead. And I'll see you in the next one.
Oh my god, what a fucking LARP, man. These people are mega LARPers. Excuse me. Goodness. Yeah, go check him out. Go check out Mr. Hero, hey! My lines are so straight, I only draw cubes. Yeah, if you're gay, you have to only draw on curves. If you draw a straight line, your gay card gets instantly revoked and you get banned from the gay community. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, then you're a traitor. Yeah, you're a piece of shit. How dare you? This is a straight agenda. It's making you draw straight lines or something. Like, the gay queer art style. I can't get over that.
Fire, fire, fire.